Alex has been taken by Darius, which leaves the rest of the kids to try and track down and rescue him. Which honestly leads to one of the most badass scenes of the series so far. The kind that makes you just whoop whoop and throw up your fist in joy. That's what I was doing, at least. It's Marvel's Runaways, Season 1, Episode 5, Kingdom. Hey everyone, D here, and welcome to our continuing reviews of Season 1 of Runaways. So yeah, spoilers, they're coming up. In fact, I already started with one, so they'll just keep coming at this point. Alright, so Episode 5 begins as what seems to be a pattern going on here with the series. Another flashback. This one 18 years back, and we get to find out about Jeffrey's prison stint, his old connection with Darius, and we get to meet Jonah for the first time. I have to say, I thought that was Victor, just a younger Victor. They look very similar, is what I'm trying to say here. I had to go back and be like, no, that's a different guy. That's not Victor. But anyway, so we get to find out here kind of the beginning of Pride. We get to see Darius's relationship with Jeffrey, which, again, much closer. When we did the last saw, it seems much more in opposition. But we find out here is back in the day, they were best of friends. They grew up together. And Jeffrey running into this opportunity that Jonah has offered him, buying property, getting in possibly in a partnership, gets him to ask Darius to take the fall for the shooting of the Osiris shooting. And he just said it was a dime, so I don't think it was killed Osiris. I think he just shot at him or shot him. Point being is Darius is in jail for just accessory, small time things. He is being asked to take another 10 years potentially to take Jeffrey's crime and admit it to his own, in exchange for Darius's family being taken care of. It's a big ask, but with these characters that seem to have been so close, you can see where there's a willingness to be able to do that. Though that promise not really kept, which is the whole basis of Darius's sort of conflict there with Jeffrey, one that he wants to show Alex up close. And I think that was also a very good scene. The scene where we're with Darius and Alex in front of Nana B's house, where Darius is sort of explaining everything, I was almost hoping there was kind of like a bonding moment there. Because Darius could have been very harsh in his presentation, but he really seemed to be very matter-of-fact, telling Alex what was going on, the promises that were made, and now the fact that, well, it's not really happened. You're living in Brentwood, you've got all this money and giant house, my Nana B can barely afford her medicine. Supposed to be taken care of by Jeffrey. Sure, I guess Darius got the territory, but as things do, times change, resources aren't really the same. The gang-banging life, maybe it's just not Darius's forte so much. The fact that Alex here, again, hearing all of this, I mean, he's already been very suspicious of his dad. He's already started that conflict. But this is really the episode where that just comes straight to the fore. When he's telling Darius, yeah, you're not telling me anything that I don't already know. Some pretty badass moments. The fact that Darius has decided to hold Alex for $1 million ransom for Jeffrey. Does he know who he's dealing with? I mean, does he really think that this is how Jeffrey's just going to be very calm about this? Is just going to be willing to do it? Does he expect a fight? I don't think he's expecting the fight that he ended up getting. But of course, we've got Nico and the rest of the gang going after Alex. Nico pulling out the staff. I went on, but I got it with me. Learning to do this again. The first use, the snowflake, that was kind of accidental. Now she's putting intention behind it. She is developing these powers. She's developing these moments. So this is all like freaking super cool. Anyway, it's a great scene where we have the girls chasing, running down the Gert freaking out in the back, while they're trying to follow this sort of ghost image tail light of Darius's car to try and track down Alex was all really, really cool. I enjoyed seeing that. But first, of course, we get Jeffrey showing up to try and rescue his boy, and I have to say, this bothered me a bit. I mean, I understand Jeffrey going to save his son. That's fine. But should he have started shooting right off the bat like that? I mean, we got Alex standing there next to the car talking to Andre, learning a little bit about some of the technology that's going on in the hood there, and just bullets starting to fly right around. I mean, it just doesn't seem like a safe way to try and rescue your kid. Start firing in his direction immediately. Not really the best choice there. This, of course, leads to the whole Andre putting the gun to Jeffrey and then Alex shooting Andre in order to save his dad, which is, again, as mad as he is at his dad right now, still dad. Still doesn't want to see him dead. But this is where again, Jeffrey's starting to make these mistakes. Not accepting his son completely or just willing to dismiss him. Because he turns on back with him of just, doesn't want him to pay attention, isn't listening to him. And that gives Darius the chance to step back forward, put the gun to Alex's head, and throw him in the car and drive away. Which would have been a horrible instance for Alex outside of his buddy showing up. And like I said, this was the fist-pumping scene because everything came forward right here. We've got... Well, it was funny, too, because, of course, we've got Nico trying to come up and save and holding the staff and trying to get it to work, still not perfectly right for it. And Molly finally is just, no, I can do this, coming out shoulder straight, picking up the truck there. And then they come out, Darius comes out with the guns, then we got Carolina dropping the bracelet, shooting the light bolts at. Didn't know she could do that. It was just glowing before. Now she can fire stuff. That's awesome. Then we get Chase showing up at the last minute, suddenly with the fistigons and boom, boom, and shooting those out. And then Darius tries to come back because they're talking. We get the whole shield, protect us. And the whole bullets. And that one shot where we get the side shot there of the bullets coming through and just sort of like, just a foot or two and then dropping to the ground. Oh, man, that was just awesome. Again, that was just, this is the moment. This is where all of them come together. All of their powers, all of their abilities. It's great. And I appreciate that they took a moment afterwards to kind of enjoy it. I mean, Gert's a little freaking out, but that's fine with her. I mean, it does come up with the whole dinosaur thing at that point. But yeah, it's sort of where everybody is revealing what they have and what they can do, and just embracing and sharing that moment. It doesn't last, of course, because Alex is still concerned about Andre, who, of course, he had just left. I mean, and that was the one thing. I appreciate they got together and they were doing their little celebration. But Alex, right after getting saved, is like, I'll catch up with you, and goes and runs off to get back to his dad. Like, you should at least bring your friends or something. It just seems kind of dismissive, especially to Nico, who just did this big run to save your ass, and now you're just kind of leaving him in the dust. But of course, he's concerned about Andre. And his running up, and again, second encounter with his dad, where his dad's still dismissing Alex's concerns. I mean, I think if there was a hope that the two of them could bond and reconnect and do some movement forward, this was that moment. And Jeffrey dismissed it. Why? So that he could have another sacrifice. Right age, just got to keep him alive long enough to get him to the caskets and carry these things forward. So it was just, again, it's sort of a painful moment. Of course, Alex had to listen to his dad and walk away, but that's where he gets to his friends and says, come on, we've got to go and save Andre. This is the type of person that we want to be. We can't let another kid, a 16th kid, die here. So yeah, great heroic move there, the big run to get back to Alex's house, get down into the sanctuary, and nobody there. Why? Because they're at the Gaborum Church doing it right there, which I guess kind of makes sense. Maybe it's safer distance-wise. Maybe the caskets weren't working because it was so far away from where Jonah was. Now they can be right next to each other, transfer the energy, boom, and done. Kind of cruel for Leslie to just be like, it worked! All of you, get out! Yeah, kind of messed up. But so, yeah. Oh, other little thing again, we get to the end, the little end shot there of, again, Victor now bonding with Chase, wanting to show his invention, the thing that he had been thinking of all of these years, had finally made it. The time machine. Well, not a time machine, more of like a time TV. An ability to peer into the future, not travel there. Also a great little moment there where he starts to explain it to Chase, and Chase is like, oh yeah, with the gravity is time, and since gravity gravity affects time, and gravity is influenced by light, if we're just looking at light, then that's how you're bending that in order to look at time. I see, again, understanding where his dad was coming from. I thought that was cool. And then we get that final shot at the end of the said TV showing the destruction of Los Angeles. So how far in the future is that? Is that something the Pride does? Is that what we're going for with this season? Is that going to be sort of the finale? Is that what the kids have to stop? Of course, we also get another bonding moment here. Again, Jeffrey seemed to have lost his moment with Alex. Chase and Victor seem to be finding their moment. And here was the unexpected bit when Tina bonds with Nico there. When she sees her putting the staff away, it's just like, you're the only other person that can use this. Hold on to it. Get to know it. Let it be part of you here. I mean, again, this is kind of a moment. This is where we're starting to see maybe Nico is seeing a different side of her mom, and therefore can she hold on to that anger the same way? And of course, the last little bonding bit that we got there was again, Jonah wakes up. A sacrifice worked, he got powered, Leslie sent all of them off, and now he can awaken. Looking good, looking vibrant, looking powerful, and wanting to meet his daughter, Carolina. So, yeah, that's not going to be creepy at all. Leslie certainly didn't seem to feel that from the look on her face. No, not good. All right, so that's going to wrap up this review. Thanks, as always, for joining me with this. And as usual, if you enjoyed it, please go ahead and hit that like button. Comments down in the section below. Twitter and Instagram, you can reach me on the socials right here, at Darren Jakes. You can press this button to subscribe, and you can check out these reviews right here if you wish. So, hope you enjoy them. That's going to be it for me. I'm D, and I'm out of here. Catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.